The Phoenix Suns have fired head coach Mike Budenholzer. Announcement was made about 15 minutes ago. This marks the third straight season that the Suns have gone into the offseason looking for a new head coach. Second straight year that they pulled the one-and-done game on a coach. Last year they fired Frank Vogel after just one season. Matt Ishbia, the owner's statement was, competing at the highest level remains our goal. We failed to meet the expectations this season. Our fans deserve better, and change is needed. This was released by the team. You're talking about a coach in Budenholzer, the two-time coach of the year, right? He won an NBA title within the last 3 seasons, right? Frank Vogel won an NBA title since 2020. They gave him a 5-year contract last year. They thought it was going to be a perfect fit because this team needed defense. This guy's a defensive-minded guy. He tends to watch the limit the number of minutes his players play. They got an older roster. This seemed like a match made in heaven. They got off to an 8-1 start, finished 36-46, and now Budenholzer's out the door. Yet, let me ask you this question. When are we going to stop and realize that it's the coach? What Budenholzer? It wasn't Frank Vogel. Wasn't Monty Williams. This team has regressed under Matt Ishbia. And what has Matt Ishbia done? He's blown it up. He's gone out and spent money. He's gone out and got all the shiny toys. Gave up a Minnesota Mint to get Kevin Durant, right? Gave up the Twins. Gave up every draft pick he could possibly think of. This team doesn't have a first-round pick. I think they've got one in, 2020? They had one in 2020, and I think they gave that away too. They've got nothing to show for it. They've thrown caution to the wind, and people loved it at the time. Oh, we got Kevin Durant. Fuck those picks. Who gives a shit about those damn picks, right? And they've gotten worse, right? They give it up. They get beat in the first round. This year they don't make the playoffs at all. They lose in the play. I mean, this is what blowing everything up and building a super team gets you. When are teams going to realize the super team concept does not work? It didn't work in Houston. It didn't work in Brooklyn. It failed miserably in Phoenix. And now the Suns are going out and getting another head coach for the third consecutive season, right? The only one that had any success there was Monty Williams, who, by the way, was under the Robert Sarver regime. That was, by all accounts, an unmitigated disaster. And let me tell you, Robert Sarver was an awful owner. Robert Sarver was a piece of shit of a human being. Trust me, I know. I was in Phoenix. I worked in the media. There was not a dry eye in the house of sadness when he walked away. They were ready to throw a damn ticker-tape parade down the streets of Jefferson and Van Buren when he sold the team. Yet, Ishbia likes to bring in all these shiny new toys, all these fresh names that the fans like. But there's something about cohesiveness. There's something about building a team. No, Mikal Bridges may not be on the same level of player that Kevin Durant is. No, Cam Johnson may not be on the same level that Kevin Durant is. But that team meshed. You think Monty Williams is a great coach? Look at the Detroit Pistons. They gave Monty Williams $75 million. He lasted one season. And the Pistons had one of the worst seasons in NBA history. They fired his ass. Now they're back in the playoffs under J.B. Bickerstaff this year. So Monty wasn't exactly Phil Jackson, wasn't exactly Red Auerbach, right? Wasn't exactly Popovich. There was something about that team. Hell, even a year after, when Monty got fired, yeah, they collapsed badly against Dallas in the second round. At least they made it to the second round of the playoffs. It's been just downhill since. And this isn't just the Suns. I mean, again, who are they going to get? Who are they going to get to be their head coach? Yeah, Mike Malone's out there, right? Jason Kidd could be available. It doesn't matter because the problems still loom. There's still this roster. If you think you're getting anything for Brad Beal, forget it. He's got that no trade clause. I mean, I'm sure he'll waive it. This marriage in Phoenix has been an abject disaster. I told you that from the start. This is not a good trade. Nobody wanted to listen to me. It's Brad Beal. It's Brad Beal. You ever stop and think that the Wizards gave him away for nothing and there's a reason why, and it's not just because of the no trade clause? The guy was damaged goods. He never won anything. The Wizards never did shit with him there. So they're not going to get anything for him. They'll be lucky to get a couple of used basketballs and a damaged contract that's probably not any better than his. So, they're going to eat cost for that. If they can move him, good luck. Durant, they got to move on from him. They have to move on. They're going to get value for Durant. They are. And I'll tell you right now, they better get on the phone with Houston Rockets. Houston has some of the picks Phoenix gave away to Brooklyn, right? They could probably recuperate some of those picks. They could probably get somebody like a Reed Shepherd out of this deal. I'm not touching Jalen Green with a 50-foot pole. You might be able to get a Reed Shepherd. You might be able to get Jabari Smith and a couple of those picks back if they can do it jump, right? You can get a decent package. You might have to take a Dylan Brooks contract on, but you're going to have to swallow some kind of shit. If you can get Dylan Brooks, which would be the ultimate humor. If you remember the whole Dylan Brooks fiasco, Dylan knows Marshawn knows Dylan. You remember that the disaster a while back. You'll finally get Dylan Brooks about 4 years too late. You take Dylan Brooks, you get, if you can get Jabari Smith, if you can get Reed Shepherd, get a couple draft picks, that's decent. You could probably move and you get that back. We have to have a discussion about Devin Booker. I hate to say it. It makes me nauseated. It really does. Devin is a great human being. Probably one of my favorite Phoenix Suns ever. I'd rank him right up there with Tom Chambers. I'd rank him up there with Thunder Dan. But this team's going nowhere, man. And they're going nowhere fast. Got to take a long look. You can get a lot for Booker. You can get a lot of draft picks. We're going to have to go through some painful years as Suns fans. Because this is their best shot, and it went nowhere. 36-46, and it wasn't Budenholzer. Okay, it wasn't Frank Vogel last year. I said it then. It wasn't Monty. We can keep cycling through coach after coach after coach. The problem is this roster is constructed poorly. And it's not built to win, even though it's a three-headed monster. Even a 2.5, we'll say, because Brad Beal, sorry. And I say this to Dolphins fans, too. Everybody got high and happy, fuck them picks, throw them first-round picks away, Jalen Ramsey, Tariq Hill, the hell with it, who cares? Now we care. Because what do you have to show for it? A brief lead over Buffalo in the playoffs in the wild card round, getting smoked by Kansas City and missing the playoffs. My point of this video is, yeah, shiny toys look shiny. And they look good from a distance, but ultimately, that beautiful Jaguar that's out of your price range may look good when your friend's driving it, but ultimately it may not be in your budget. Ultimately, that Kia Sorento that you're driving, that you're near the end of the car payments for, that has 30,000, 40,000 miles on it, you might just be better off sticking with what you have. And for the Suns and the Dolphins, yeah, it was great getting these names. It was great saying fuck these picks. But when it came time to pay the piper, and he didn't have any salary cap money, and, maybe you could move the chairs on the Titanic, but when you don't have any picks to show for it, was it really worth it? Was it really worth cycling through coach after coach after coach like the Suns did? Was it really worth the off-the-field commotion that the Dolphins have gone through with Tyreek Hill? Was it worth the headaches that have gone on in Phoenix? That's a question you're left to ask yourself. Thanks for tuning in. This is No Bull Sports. And if you're new to streaming or looking to level up, check out StreamYard and get a $10 off discount. Check out the link below in my stream. We'll talk to you later.